A lot of power, a lot of right-handed power. And that's why they try to acquire a guy like Lopez, kind of balance things off.
Didn't take long for Lopez to make an impact as he's got a first pitch base hit. Felipe Lopez hit .301 with Arizona, and he's got 6 stolen bases. You talked earlier about his speed, and maybe we'll see it on display early. We don't know, but he is a guy who can run.
Certainly has moved around a lot, Lopez, for a fairly young player. We'll see a little bit of rain still sitting out there. That's where they stumped the tarp. There's a lot of rain on that tarp. It'll drain off. These new ballparks, I know this ballpark here, it could take a lot of water. Veteran Craig Counsell was in the leadoff spot, now in the 2-hole.
Well, Craig Counsell used to have that real pronounced batting stance where his hands would be above his shoulders and the bat would almost be sticking straight up. Now he's changed that a little bit, made an adjustment, and it's not as pronounced as it was. But either way, he always seemed like he was an effective hitter.
Oh yeah, it really doesn't matter where you start. It's where you are as far as being in a strong position once that front foot hits the ground. And you know, Counsell, as high as his hands were, he got his hands in a strong position early enough to be a successful big league hitter. Never really put eye-popping numbers up there, but always seemed to do the little things and could bunt, get his base hits.
And he pops it up foul ground. Andy LaRoche gives it a look, and it's going to be out of play. Ball and 2 strikes now to Craig Counsell. And Lopez still at first base. Milwaukee is home for him, for Counsell. He was excited a couple of years ago when he got to go back.
Yeah. Dad used to work for the Brewers. He used to do some bat boying. Hit a homer the other day. You don't see many of them off the bat of Craig Counsell.
Throw to first. They got him. Adam LaRoche to Jack Wilson. Lopez trying to outrun him, and he can't do it. Damian Beal rings him up. So nice job by Ohlendorf. He picks off Felipe Lopez. 1-3-6.
Well, he got off to a good start as a Brewer, but kind of fell asleep. He may have gotten caught peeking. I'm not sure, but the way he reacted, he may have been peeking in at signs. Hard to tell right there, but you know, he didn't flinch. I mean, he reacted really, really late after Ohlendorf threw over to first. So he started out with a good impression, but
pretty close there.
Yeah.
Maybe it's jet lag.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Be.
That's what I mean. It's like you want to impress your new teammates and do some things, and that was odd. That's something that doesn't happen against a right-handed pitcher, to get frozen like that.
2-2. And that one just missed. Pretty close. Well, keep in mind, Rock, that Arizona in the summer is in the Pacific time zone. So he comes 3 hours and has a 2-hour and 10-minute rain delay. I mean, it's pretty late. Or actually, it shouldn't be that late for him, but it is late on the East Coast for him.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess
they don't change the clock in Arizona, by the way. Kind of like Indiana. Yeah. Here's the 3-2. Garrett Jones isn't going to get it. So 2 singles back-to-back off Ross Ohlendorf. Take a look at our Barrel Automotive League leaders stat. Top RBI duos in Major League Baseball. How about that? Pujols and Ludwig. Pujols is ridiculous at 90 RBIs already. But Fielder and Braun there at 141 combined. Fielder with 83. That's very, very good.
Indeed. And you know, Prince got off to a bit of a slow start up in Milwaukee, but really has caught fire. In fact, he has 58 RBIs in his last 60 games, almost won a game.
Braun to the right side, a base hit. And Counsell will turn second and head for third. Delwyn Young to keep the force play in order, as Braun is safe at first base. And Ryan Braun had to miss a game this week. Bronson Arroyo of Cincinnati plunked him right there in the hand. And that did not feel very good.
No.
So Braun ended up missing a game, but he's back now and certainly suffering no ill effects after solidly struck single. Now, a guy you don't want up with men on base is at the plate, and that is Prince Fielder. 3 straight singles to start the game against Ross Ohlendorf now. And Fielder, the winner of the home run derby at the All-Star game just about a week ago. Well, it was a week ago tonight. And he swings and misses.
Well, big cut, first pitch changeup, Vandy.
Milwaukee Brewers start 3 games out of the lead in the National League Central tonight. Doman outside, he sets up and pitch right where he wanted it, trying to get Fielder to chase it. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Brewers, up until last season, really struggled. They struggled at the gate, they struggled on the field, and then last year, boom, things fell into place for them, made the playoffs. Now you can't get a seat at Miller Park.
No.
There goes the runner. Ryan Braun is not going to be challenged, and he is safe at second.
Boy, that's surprising, because that basically allows you to walk Prince Fielder. We'll see if John Russell wants to do it. I'm surprised that Braun runs right here. You had that big hole on the right side for Prince Fielder, first and third, your best RBI man. Now with Braun going, it invites you to walk him intentionally to face the right-hander Cameron on deck. But the Pirates still going to pitch to Fielder.
And Fielder launches one to right center. Delwyn Young will circle around it. Makes the catch. Counsell tags. He'll score 1-0 Brewers. Sacrifice fly and RBI number 84 for Prince Fielder.
Fielder does not get cheated. He admits he doesn't know anything about swinging soft. He swings hard. That was yet another changeup, a bit up in the strike zone, and fortunately for the Bucks and Ross Ohlendorf, Fielder just a bit out in front, hits it off the end of the bat, but it does produce a run.
Mike Cameron. He was in the second spot originally in the lineup, but when Lopez became available, he moved down to the 5th spot. Pretty good hitter for power. Cameron with 14 home runs this year, 43 runs batted in. And when the Brewers came out to stretch, the Pirates were almost finished with batting practice early this afternoon, and that's when it started to rain. And Cameron went and got a trash bag, taped his number 25 on the back, put a little nameplate with a piece of tape, wrote his name on the back, had Milwaukee Brewers written on the front on white athletic tape, and that's what he wore out there to stretch.
Yeah, well, perhaps just keeping things loose. I don't know.
He didn't want to get out of uniform.
Most of these guys shower and change after BP anyhow.
Strike 3, and Doma tags him out on the drop third strike. So 1 run comes in on the sacrifice fly by Prince Fielder. Bucks coming to bat. PNC. Andrew McCutchen will lead off. Freddie Sanchez in the second spot. Garrett Jones hitting third. Ryan Doumit, the cleanup man, switch hitting catcher. Adam LaRoche and Delwyn Young, .350 with 2 doubles, 3 home runs, and 15 runs batted in 21 starts in right field this season. Andy LaRoche, Jack Wilson, and Ross Ollendorf doing the pitching and batting 9th against Mike Burns. Here's McCutchen. And he will take ball 1.
All reports on Burns is he's not afraid to attack hitters. He'll throw the ball over the plate. Although missing with his first 2 pitches, you see already a couple of fastballs at 87, so he's not overpowering. Throws a change. With it a slider.
And McCutchen down the left field line. This should be 2. Easily into second base with a leadoff double. His 10th double of the season. Good start for the rookie center fielder.
Well, you go and attack hitters and fall behind 2-0 and throw an 87-mile-an-hour heater in that location, belt high down the middle. You're going to give up a lot of doubles. McCutchen always going hard out of the box.
Got to sidestep the Prince.
Yeah. Not sure why he took the helmet off so early. Carried it into second.
Now Freddie Sanchez had a 1-for-4 day yesterday against the Giants. He takes a strike.
Boy, and I don't know if you want to be playing against this guy. That was another 87-mile-an-hour fastball, belt high, down the outer third. This is where Freddie would like it to drive a ball the other way.
Fielder coming in at first base, and Sanchez lobs this one over to the right side. Lopez will throw him out, and that moves McCutchen 1 station over down to third base. So a productive out for Freddie Sanchez, moving the runner over.
Yeah. Freddie's always done this. He's always been pretty unselfish. He likes hitting second. See, he's not trying to drive it. He's just trying to hit it over there. Thinking about bunting that first pitch. He's probably in there thinking now, boy, that first pitch, if I was swinging away, would have been a hard one to miss. Up out over the plate, just where you'd like it to hit a ball the other way.
Now Garrett Jones playing left field tonight. Looking out at Burns. And Jones fouls the first pitch back. Let's take a look at Rock's Tips to Win tonight, presented by Rivers Casino, opening August 9th.
Well, turn the page. You know what I mean by that is losing 17 and straight. You can't have that in your minds and worry about, oh, can we beat the Brewers? It's just another team. It's just another game. Just go out there and win. And then, you know, Mr. Burns, homer. Oh.
Jones swings, pops it up, shallow center. J.J. Hardy will haul it in. That won't get McCutchen in. So 2 down as Garrett Jones fails to get McCutchen across. And now Ryan Doumit with 2 down. Bat left-handed against the right-hander, Mr. Burns. In the cartoon, he's Monty Burns, and out here tonight, he's Mike Burns.
Yeah. Well, he's given up a couple in each of his last 2 starts. Although his last start against the Dodgers, he picked up the win, giving up 3 earned runs in 5 innings, but he did allow the 2 homers. 2 homers the previous start in 4 2/3 innings against the Cubs.
Right down the middle for strike 1.
Very impressive. He's not going to strike out a lot of guys, although he did have a career high 7 in that start against the Dodgers. That was a pretty big loopy curveball. First pitch to Ryan Doumit.
Doumit is struck by the pitch. And now runners at the corners with 2 down. And Adam LaRoche will have his turn next. But watch this.
Yeah, just trying to get it in there to get Doumit off the plate. And that's the most popular spot, I think, to get hit by a pitch. Right the back of that elbow. Unfortunately for Ryan Doumit, when he's batting left-handed, that's his throwing arm. So he'll have a little swelling behind that right elbow, which will make it a little uncomfortable throwing.
Pirates haven't been hit by a pitch in a long time, but when they were playing the first series against the Brewers, it seemed like plenty of guys got hit. Adam LaRoche takes strike 1, a fastball.
This is a guy I think Adam LaRoche should snap out of it against. And this guy, you know, we faced pretty good pitching right out of the break. The Giants and some pretty good velocity. Well, this guy, you should feel pretty comfortable about.
And LaRoche to right center field. McCutchen scores. Rounding second, heading for third is Domet. And Adam LaRoche drives in his 40th run of the year. It is 1-1.
That's a beautiful thing. Adam LaRoche, we need his bat for this team to win some ball games. And here's that big curveball again, and that's a nice swing. That's not an easy pitch to hit. A lot of break on it. Not a bad location, just above the knee. But a lot of times you'll see Adam LaRoche, as you see through the Southwest field cam, roll over on that breaking ball down and away, but stayed through it nicely.
So the Pirates cash in on the leadoff double by Andrew McCutchen. Now Delwyn Young at the plate. And he will take ball one.
This is a guy you should not fear. He should be pretty comfortable in the box. And if he doesn't make perfect pitches, you should be able to make pretty good contact against him. Not overpowering. You shouldn't be starting your swings early. Early in the count, look for something up in the zone that you can drive.
2 for 3 against the Brew Crew this year. Delwyn Young has hit safely in 14 of his last 19 starts. He does well in a pinch hitting role off the bench late, and when he starts, he seems to hit really well, and he drives this one deep right center field, way back and gone. 3-run home run. And the Bucks lead it 4-1.
My goodness. And again, Mike Burns, I mean, you fall behind 2-0 to big league hitters. I don't care where you've pitched and how well you've done. You can't just come in here. Watch where Kendall sets up. He's right down the middle. And a 2-0 pitch right down the middle to a big league hitter is going to get hit hard. And Delwyn Young, nothing better than a 3-run homer. It's a beautiful thing. Delwyn Young again hitting while in that starting lineup, and the Bucks on top.
And that was one of your tips to win.
Yeah.
Homer off Mr.
Homer
Burns.
Off Burns. Goal.
1-800-SAFE Auto reminds you that you're safe at home with Safe Auto, proudly supporting the Obadiah Cole Foundation for prostate cancer screening and awareness. Early detection is the cure. DY.
We wondered, is he going to hit for much power? And lately, he has. 4th homer.
3-1 to Andy LaRoche.
He might not last long. He keeps falling behind hitters. You get into these counts against a guy with less than big league stuff, and he leaves it over the heart, it's going to get hit.
And a walk. All of this coming with 2 down. And quickly a visit to the mound as Mike Burns is struggling. Burns has participated in the major leagues with 4 different teams: Houston, Cincinnati, Boston, and now Milwaukee. Had a good run in AAA this year with Nashville, where he went 7-2 with 12 starts. So they liked his arm. They liked what he could do in a fill-in capacity. Again, Dave Bush is out. Dave Bush on the disabled list, discomfort in his right tricep. So Burns taking his spot in the rotation. There's still a lot of smiles in that Bucko dugout on the third base side.
And for Burns, you know, that 7-2 record at 2.55 ERA in the AAA Nashville, which is in the PCL. Now, that's a hitter-friendly league. I mean, there are a lot of ballparks that just the ball flies out there. And you look at that 2.55 ERA, you're thinking, man, this guy must have pretty dominant stuff to pitch that well in that league. ERAs are much higher typically out in the PCL. But that's the difference between big league hitting and AAA hitting.
Wilson takes on the inside corner for strike 1. Wilson has faced Burns once before, hit a double off him. Andy LaRoche, the lead from first base. The pitch, and Wilson pops it up foul and out of play on the right side. Delwyn Young, a 3-run home run. Andrew McCutchen, an extra base hit, a leadoff double. Ryan Doumit was hit by a pitch. Then Adam LaRoche with an RBI single, scoring McCutchen with 2 down. And that was a long time coming for Adam LaRoche. He had been just stagnant at the plate and the worst slump of his season. And Wilson pokes it to right. And for the Pirates, the 9th man of the inning coming to the plate, and Ross Ohlendorf. Base hit Jack Wilson.
Well, not a thing of beauty, but stays back, keeps the hands back long enough. A little bloopy ball into right. And this is just what the doctor ordered as far as I'm concerned. You know, after facing Zito and Kane and Lincecum, they get this guy with average stuff, the guys that you don't have to fear the fastball. Just get in there, relax, take your hacks, look for a good pitch to hit.
And Ohlendorf saw a good pitch, but he missed it.
Nobody up in that Brewers bullpen yet. So manager Ken Maka. Michael Burns out there.
Well, with his offense, he probably feels confident that 3 runs aren't enough. Brewers are a very good hitting team.
Okay. And doesn't want to deplete the bullpen.
1-1 to Ohlendorf. 1-2.
He allowed just 7 home runs in the Pacific Coast League in over 77 innings. That's his 7th allowed in the big leagues this year and less than 27.
Ohlendorf down on strikes, but the Pirates put 4 on the board, a double by McCutchen and a 3-run blast by Delwyn Young, as Young connects for his 4th homer of the season. Set for the top of the 2nd inning with John Wayne or Tim Neverett. PNC Park, late start tonight if you're just joining us. No, you're not watching the game on tape. You're watching live action. 2-hour and 10-minute rain delay to start. And the skies have now opened up again here at PNC Park, believe it or not. Delwyn Young hitting a 3-run home run, and they are outfitted and are. See, there's Mike Cameron's uniform. That's what I was talking about earlier, John. That's what he wore when they came out to stretch before batting practice.
Looks like he's, well, he must have gave it away. That's not Mike Cameron. But looks like he put some work into that. Spent some time on the raincoat.
Yeah, that's the Brewers TV sideline reporter. He's borrowing part of Mike Cameron's uniform tonight. Well, 4-1 lead, and Corey Hart the batter. It'll be Corey Hart, then J.J. Hardy and Jason Kendall. Ross Ohlendorf, 1 ball and 1 strike on Hart. Hart has hit the Pirates pretty well this year at .421. And this one down to short. Wilson plays the good hop. And he's got Hart.
And despite the fact that Ross Ohlendorf gave up that first inning run, the first 3 batters reached base safely before the sacrifice fly of Fielder. I thought Ohlendorf looked pretty sharp early on, particularly the breaking ball. He struck out Cameron on a breaking ball in the dirt, but he threw some good ones that had better than normal bite to it.
J.J. Hardy takes low. The other thing about Ohlendorf, he's done fairly well here at home in terms of his record. His record overall 7-7. But at PNC Park, he is 7-2 in his last, and rather not his last, but his 9 home starts. He seems to do better at home. Jack Wilson, he is in the swamp over there, and he makes the play. Unbelievable.
That is impressive.
Jack Wilson retires J.J. Hardy, and a ball hit into the Everglades.
Pretty good stuff. Yeah, you know, anytime you're going to get planted or get out on that grass, you're in trouble as far as planting, not slipping.
Jason Kendall, the hitter, but watch this. There's so much water out there in short left field.
He actually didn't slip at all. Actually, he just fell backwards as he threw it. I thought maybe he slipped on the wet grass, but that wasn't the case. He just stayed down and kind of fell backwards when he threw.
Ross Ohlendorf likes that. How can he not?
Yeah.
And Kendall takes low. 3 balls and no strikes.
So you got a light hitting catcher here in Kendall. Although he's been swinging the bat a little better lately, come back. They could make the last out. Have Burns lead off that 3rd inning.
Just missed high. Ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to Kendall. He's comfortable at home. We talked about it. Last 3 starts, 2-0. The opponent batting average, 164, his ERA 1.35.
That's impressive. Last 3 starts.
Strikeouts to walk ratio 5-12.
His road ERA over his career is just over a 6. This year, just under a 6 at 5.91. You look at coming into today, he's thrown the exact amount of innings at home and road, 53.1. He's given up 20 earned runs at home, 35 on the road, almost double. 15 more in the same amount of innings.
Pitching to Mike Burns. Burns hadn't had a big league at bat until this season. And he is 1 for 8. He's struck out 4 times. He's had 1 sacrifice. One and 2. Ross Ohlendorf. 1 on and 2 out. Kendall, the runner at first. 2-out walk got him there. Now the 1-2 to Burns. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
That's that nasty slider. That's got a good break on it tonight.
Jack Wilson throwing the leather around in the swamp. August 1st when live music returns. The Pirates will battle the Washington Nationals. Then following the game, it's Jody Messina. She'll be performing all of her hit songs right from the field. Don't miss this country music chart topper. To get your tickets, visit Pirates.com or call 1-800-BUY-BUCKS. Andrew McCutchen will lead off for the second consecutive inning. He doubled and scored in the first off Mike Burns.
That wasn't a pregame concert. I know it was raining
just
there.
Just happened
well.
to be raining that night, too. And McCutchen down to third, and that gets past Counsell into left field.
Counselor? Is that you, Counselor? Counsell was originally it's second base, playing third. Yeah. All you kids out there, regardless of where you're playing, keep that glove down, work your way up. You can't start up and work your way down. And Counsell's a good defensive player. He could play short, second, third. He just kind of got stuck in his tracks.
Casey McGee was originally in the lineup to play third base tonight, but Lopez arrived, so they put him at second, moved Counsell over to third. McGee has been one of the better rookies in the National League this year.
Yeah.
So an error charged to Craig Counsell, E5, and that puts McCutchen at first base. Burns the stretch, and back to first goes McCutchen.
If you're an infielder, and Counsell's played more in the middle than he has at third, but even at third base, you're only 90 feet away with a guy like McCutchen up leading off. The feet got to get moving. If you don't get your feet moving and you're stuck standing still, that's when typically you're at the mercy of the hop. And that ball was hit fairly hard by McCutchen, and that has a tendency to make a third baseman freeze. But when you're doing that, it's almost impossible to read any kind of hop.
Sanchez to center field, a base hit. 2 on and nobody out for Garrett Jones. As Sanchez gets his first hit of the night, he's now 1 for 2.
Back up the box, another elevated fastball. Freddie a little bit off the end of the bat, but hit sharply enough to get over the head of Mr. Burns.
Here's Garrett Jones. He flied out to shallow center his first time up. The Brewers out there working on taking the tarp off the mounds in the bullpen. Mike Burns' outing figures to be pretty short. They're trying to figure out how to get the thing off. One and 0 to Jones. 2-0.
Here we are. At that count again. 2-0 count. McCutchen doubled first time up, 2-0. Delwyn Young's homer came on a 2-0 count. Garrett Jones, what's he going to do here?
Takes inside, 3-0. And now Jones a pitch away from first base. Sanchez at first, McCutchen at second. And Mike Burns in danger of loading him up with nobody out. Strike one.
Well, you wonder here with nobody out, first and second, 3-0. Does he get the green light like Adam LaRoche did yesterday? We'll never know. I guess unless we ask later on.
And there is ball 4, and the bases are full of Bucks. Jones goes down to first on the free pass. Things not going very well for Mike Burns tonight. Ken Maka trying to signal out.
He's going to keep his middle back, his corners in. That's what he's doing right there. He's just kind of directing traffic.
And Doma takes a strike on the outside edge. You see where Craig Counsell is playing way in the hole at third. Sanchez off second, and J.J. Hardy almost playing behind him. Here's the defensive alignment for the Brewers on the infield. Doman off of Burns. He'll get nobody, and a run comes in. McCutchen scores. It is 5-1.
Yep, and that's that little dimension that Garrett Jones brings to a ball club. Running hard all the time. Although, you know, he gets off to a good start despite the line drive. It hits off the pitching shoulder. Jones obviously didn't freeze on it, going hard to second, and easily beats the little flip from J.J. Hardy. The ball wasn't hit all that hard off of Burns' right shoulder. A little off the end of the bat once again. Hardy had to change directions, tried to get it over quickly to Lopez. Hit RBI?
That is what it looks like. Base hit, RBI is the call. And this one should be 2. The Pirates will trade 2 for a run as Sanchez comes in to score. And it is now a 6-1 ball game. That's a fair trade at this point.
Yeah, I suppose. Just keep adding on. I'm sure Adam LaRoche not real happy with himself. A chance to drive in a couple of more runs. He had an RBI base hit his first time up, but he will not be credited with an RBI. But a productive out, I suppose, as he brings in the 6th.
Another chance for Delwyn Young. One ball, no strikes. Burns delivers. That's outside. Well, it doesn't look like too much rain. More of a drizzle right now, but boy, did we get pounded earlier tonight. 2-hour and 10-minute rain delay. Thunder and lightning, and I mean, even the parrot was dressed for it. He came prepared. We have 2 home run derby champions in the house tonight. The Parrot won the mascot home run derby championship at the All-Star game. Prince Fielder, of course, won it for the real players.
Yeah. There were some impressive shots off the bat of Prince. One traveling over 500 feet.
And the count now full to Delwyn Young. Garrett Jones, the runner at third. And Delwyn Young at the plate. Last time up, a 3-run home run. Payoff pitch coming from Burns. Foul back.
We thought they were going to get somebody up. Maybe they couldn't get the tarp off the bullpen mound.
Well, there were a couple of relievers out there, and they had their hand up on the underneath the tarp earlier, and they were waving at the dugout.
Yeah.
And they started to take it up, then they put it back down. Strike 3 called. Delwyn Young down on strikes, but the Pirates get a couple of more runs on 2 more hits and lead it 6-1 after 2.
dealers. And by Day Automotive, we're going to make your day.
Back here in PNC Park, where we've been delayed by the rain, and only in the top of the third inning, 6-1. Pittsburgh leading Milwaukee. Here's Felipe Lopez, the leadoff man, playing second base. Found a base hit his first time up, and then was promptly picked off by Ross Ollendorf. He will take strike one. And inside for ball. 1 ball and 1 strike with John Wehner, Tim Neverett. Glad you're along for the ride tonight, wherever you happen to be. The 1-1 pitch in the dirt. How about this one, John? Some friends of mine watching tonight in Laramie, Wyoming. Sean and Kevin McKinney just sent me a text. They're glad the game was on a little later tonight. So they're up in Laramie, Wyoming, home of the Cowboys, watching tonight.
Well, they probably just got home from work. Or I don't know, probably just got off the ranch, grilled some burgers or some bison steak.
Well, I don't think they just got off the ranch. They work at the University of.
Oh, okay.
Look at the parrot. And no matter where he goes, he just gets attention.
He's a bit of a camera hog.
2-2, another base hit for Lopez. When Young over to retrieve it. Well, you never know where people are going to watch us from.
Yep.
Thanks to
Beautiful thing.
television, satellite, internet. Sometimes we get. I know Bob Walk got a letter from France the other day.
Yeah, I saw that.
Craig Counsell. Counsell singled and scored the Brewers' only run. One ball and no strikes to Counsell. Counsell played and did well with the Arizona Diamondbacks. He was playing out west. Been around a little bit.
Yep.
Again, good looking fastball, but just off the mark. 2 balls and no strikes. Well, if you're traveling or in France or maybe Wyoming and you can't watch your Pirates on FSN, you can always catch the game on your computer with MLB.tv, the ultimate baseball experience, featuring 100 out-of-market games per week live on your computer. And catch those you missed on demand. For more details, visit Pirates.com, where baseball is always on. Watch games on demand, too.
Yeah. Beautiful thing.
That's what the mornings are for. 2-0 pitch is in there for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Now, we're talking about Counsell. He first came up in 1995 with the Colorado Rockies and was with the Florida Marlins. You crossed paths with him there?
Yeah.
When you were there?
Yeah. Well, we traded for him.
And he drives one to center. McCutchen underneath it. 1 down.
You know, Luis Castillo was a rookie with the Marlins that year. He started with the club at second base, and you know, and he was young and a little bit raw and inexperienced, and so we ended up picking Counsell up in a trade. I forget for whom. I want to say it was the Aussie. It says in there, right? Transactions 97. The Aussie, the pitcher, Mark Hutton.
Mark Hutton.
Mark Hutton, by the way, was a former Pirate bat boy from Carrick. Not the same guy.
Different Mark Hutton.
Yeah. Anyhow,
Mark Hutton spoke. People listen.
Yeah. When Counsell showed up and started taking BP, everybody on the team was like, "What is this? Who is this?" It's like the bat boy. We just brought in a bat boy to play second base. You know,
except he
still looks young. I mean, he still looks like a little kid out there, but he's got to be in his upper 30s by now, I would imagine. But boy, he was invaluable. He was a huge pickup and played great defense, some clutch hitting. Did Craig Counsell, and I know at some point in time, Leland. I know Leland said we don't win it without him, and I believe that. He's picked up a couple World Series rings. Got one with the Marlins and one with Arizona.
Spent a lot of time with the Diamondbacks. Went to the Brewers in 2004, then back to Arizona, then back to the Brewers.
Yeah.
Ryan Braun, 1 ball, 1 strike. Going to throw to first, and Lopez more careful this time. He gets back.
You know, certainly getting picked off in the first inning and no score, I guess, doesn't look all that bad. Didn't look good, but you certainly don't want to be getting picked off or thrown out stealing when you're down 6-1.
And a big cut and a miss for strike 2 from Ryan Braun. Ross Ollendorf had him fishing for this one.
Yep, his breaking ball is as sharp as I've seen it, and his location with it has been good. That's a great equalizer. That good run he has on his fastball.
Liner to center. McCutchen takes it chest high. And Braun is out. 2 men out.
It looked like Braun was sitting on that breaker. But as much as his sinker, it runs in to a right-handed batter. When you have that good sharp breaker that can break away, I mean, that's hard to cover those 2 pitches. Although it looked as if Braun was sitting all over that one. Hit it hard. McCutchen, good read, good break.
Prince Fielder, the only Brewer to appear in every single game for them this year. He knows where he's going to be when he shows up at the ballpark. First base and hitting cleanup.
Every day.
Last 60 games, he has been hitting .344 with 19 home runs and 58 runs batted in. A bit of a tear for Prince Fielder. 1-0. That's on the corner for a strike. Let's take a look at our leader stat update on our Fox Box, brought to you by Bridgestone Firestone. Fielder's second in the National League behind Albert Pujols in extra base hits. Now the 1-1. Backed him up. Two balls and a strike. And he got him with that one, 2-2.
Soft after him his first time up. All change up this time. More aggressive with the fastball.
I don't think he was trying to hit it in the river. I think he was trying to hit it over it.
Yeah. Certainly strong and does not get cheated.
2-2, runner goes. Ground ball to the right side. Sanchez will handle it, and he throws out Fielder to end the top of the 3rd inning. No runs, a hit, and a man left. 6-1 Pirates. Our Day Automotive, this day in Pirates baseball history. July 20th, 2002. The Pirates defeated the Cardinals 15-6. Adam Heisdu collected 7 RBIs with 4 hits, including 2 home runs. That's our This Day in Pirates history. Thank you to Day Automotive. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Andy LaRoche. LaRoche walked and was stranded in the first inning. Bucks a 5-run lead. And that one's on the corner for a strike.
Yeah, I need to. Where are they now? I'm wondering where old Adam Heisdu, or what he's doing nowadays.
And a short. J.J. Hardy retires Andy LaRoche. 1 away. Yesterday, Jack Wilson had a very unusual play happen to him.
What happened?
Right off the kneecap.
Yeah, we weren't sure. I know he missed his last at bat yesterday. What was that ruled, by the way?
That was ruled a base hit.
A hit?
That was, yeah, it hit his knee.
Oh, my. How did they score that a hit?
Because it hit his knee.
Didn't even look like it was hit that hard. Why was he falling down? My word.
That's a good question. But, yeah, he did come out of the ball game. Ramon Vasquez batted for him after that play, so we're not sure if he'd be in today or not. But he has played in every game for well over a month now. And Jack had been taking a day off every now and again. But this might be his 35th or 36th consecutive game. I think it's his 36th consecutive game.
For Jack?
Yeah.
That's good. It means he's healthy. Sending him out there.
And he lifts one to left field. Ryan Braun will make the grab. 2 down. Jack Wilson, the most tenured man in a Pirate uniform. 9 years. Here's Ross Ollendorf, the pitcher. Struck out his first time up. He'll take low ball 1. Part of the buffet arrived in the booth, it looks like.
Yeah, I think you said we got some pulled pork opening day. I don't recall getting any Manny's barbecue, but
nobody gave you the sandwich. Somebody took it on you.
Oh, but
Manny Sanguillen brought us barbecue on opening day. We haven't had anything up here since, but now we just got some nachos.
Yeah, very nice.
You want some?
I will be eating them in between.
Whole thing of jalapenos here. That's for Rock. Salsa, that's for Rock. Cheese, that's for Rock. I guess it's yours.
Perhaps a little light on the chips, though.
Those are mine.
I don't think there's enough for you, Tim.
This is all I get.
You can have the salsa. Here, you get the salsa.
Now Ross strikes out.
A couple jalapenos.
It's snack time. Bottom of the third is through. 6-1 Pirates. trivia question. Our question is, who holds the Brewers' season record for walks by a hitter? Prince Fielder's on pace for 123 this season, which would be a new team record, but who holds the current record for the Brewers for walks by a hitter? Any thoughts?
Just cheated.
We'll give you the answer in the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, I don't typically peek at the answer, but I just peeked, so I can't give any fake guesses.
Dry undercover in the Pirates dugout. Here's Mike Cameron. He'll bat first. Corey Hart, then J.J. Hardy. Cameron whiffed his first time up in the first inning. Ohlendorf tosses, now delivers, and he delivers high for ball one.
Seal.
1-0 pitch. Seal, did you say?
Yeah, I don't think anybody goes along with me, but I think he looks a lot like Seal.
The singer.
Yeah. Told him that he wasn't buying it.
He didn't buy it?
Wasn't real happy with it.
3 balls and no strikes. I don't know if it's one of those separated at birth pictures, you know, where you put one picture next to the other, but I'm not sure I'm buying it either. Strike one. Mike Cameron, the 3-1 pitch. This one to left center field, and a long run for McCutchen to cut it off. And he holds him to a single. Keeps the force play in order. That's an underrated play, I think, by the center fielder, Andrew McCutchen. He's got a sprint to get this ball, and I think in a lot of other ballparks with a lot of other center fielders, that's a double.
Yeah, you'll get a view from it here from the field cam. You know, the angle he took right off the bat, he didn't just break straight over. He broke over and back. Give himself a little more space to get to that ball. Nicely done. Holding Cameron to a single.
Corey Hart has to get out of the way. Ross Ohlendorf buzzed the tower.
Just a breaking ball that got away. He's been throwing a good one first 3 innings of this game, but that wasn't one of them. Starting out in this 4th inning, command obviously not as sharp.
Jack Wilson stumbled as he went after the ball. It makes center field for a base hit. And again, where he was positioned, playing for 2 with nobody out and a runner at first, he wasn't as deep as he normally was. And you see how he's in a little bit from the outfield grass. Watch what happens right there. Just lost his footing.
And you see another thing you can see there is that it's Jack anticipating. And right before that ball was hit, Jack took a little hop to his right. He was anticipating on that sinker in that Hart was going to pull it to his right side. So he had a little momentum going to his right. Obviously, as he was trying to plant and go to his left, he lost his footing. But that's a thing that I've noticed this year more so than years past. And I have to credit Perry Hill, although it might be Jack doing it on his own. But Jack, he picks up the signs from the catcher. And when he sees which pitch is coming, he's going to try to get a little edge as far as trying to break a little earlier to go to his right or left, anticipating where the hitter might hit it. And that was Perry Hill. And his eyes are always out there. He's always looking at his defense to see where they are, how they're positioned, what kind of jumps they're getting, if they're in a good enough position to get a good jump. But that's the thing I've noticed more this year than any other. Jack, little hops to the right just as the ball's going through the hitting zone, just to get some momentum going in the direction where he feels the hitter's going to hit the ball.
First and second, nobody out. J.J. Hardy down to third. LaRoche to second for 1. Back to first, safe at first. LaRoche at first thought he had him. Freddie Sanchez double clutched at second base. Might have cost him the double play.
Yeah, it's hard. Hardy isn't a fast runner, but he's not a slow runner. And a major league average runner, if you don't do everything perfectly, they're going to beat that out. And that little double clutch from Freddie. A good job by Cameron, by the way, in stopping there. He runs into a tag. I thought for a second maybe a triple play. But as it turns out, the Bucks only able to get one.
Here's Jason Kendall. Takes inside at high, ball one. 1 ball and no strikes to Kendall. 246 with runners in scoring position. He walked with 2 outs in the second inning. Runners at the corners and 1 out. And he will take a strike inside. Look at this play at first, John. What do you think?
I think that he is out. I mean, it's bang bang, and you hear people say, "Look, tie goes to the runner."
No tie. You're either safe or out.
Whatever the case may be, I'm pretty sure the rule book says the runner has to beat the throw, not tie the throw, but beat the throw.
Beat the throw.
It didn't appear that J.J. Hardy beat the throw. All of a sudden, Ohlendorf has kind of lost his breaking ball. As sharp as it was the first 3 innings, he's just kind of casting it out there. Can't get it down in the zone, leaving it up. Even the strike called to Jason Kendall was a hanger. Yeah, it could be. I was about to mention to see how much he's sweating. He's, I'm sure even his pants are probably wet if he keeps drying his hand off the pants. Probably hard to keep his fingers dry. Although for some pitchers, I think they use that to their advantage, especially when they're throwing the fastball.
Kendall to center. Should be deep enough to score a run. The out is recorded. And Cameron comes across to score, and it's 6-2. So Kendall drives in a run with a sacrifice fly. His 25th run batted in of the season. Now this Wednesday, the Pirates will take on the Brewers. It's a 12:35 matinee game. Business person special. Plus, it's Alumni Autograph Day, where you can meet former Pirates Dick Groat, Jim Rooker, and Bill Verdon. Steve Blass will be busy working. They'll be before the game in the Trip Total Media Hall of Fame Club. For tickets and to see the full alumni autograph schedule, visit pirates.com. Steve has to make up for not being here tonight. Popped up shallow right. Sanchez out. Delwyn Young over. He makes the grab, and that'll do it. So a run comes in for the Brewers on 2 hits. 6-2 Bucks.
Pirates Baseball on FSN Pittsburgh is brought to you by Barrel Automotive. Barrel.com. Definitely worth the click. And by Aflac. We've got you under our wing.
At the beginning of the inning, we asked you our Aflac trivia question. Prince Fielder's on a pace for 123 walks this season. That'd be a new Brewers record. Who holds the current Brewers season record for walks by a hitter?
Aflac!
Former Bucco Jeremy Burnett. He had 99 walks in 2000. Fielder on a pace to smash that.
Yeah, I think he will.
Third straight inning that McCutchen has led off. The Sausages have made it. How about that?
I gotta wonder if they're the real things or they're knockoffs. They're sitting in seats. I think there's some copycats.
Yeah, my guess is they might be copycats.
Yeah.
2 balls and 1 strike. Carlos Villanueva is the new pitcher after Jody Garrett hit for Mike Burns. So Garrett only goes through 3 innings. And Villanueva making his 42nd appearance. 2-2. Mike Burns 3 innings. Gave up the 6 runs. So he is out and Villanueva is in. Again, Garrett the pinch hitter for him, and this one is lifted to left field. Ryan Braun drifting over. And there was 1 out. First time that McCutchen hasn't reached base. Tough night for Mike Burns.
Oh, yeah.
Certainly a start that he'd like to forget, but unfortunately it's usually these kinds of starts that stick with you for a long time.
Yeah, and from the get-go, leaving the ball up in the strike zone. Hard to pitch here when you're up middle.
Freddie Sanchez takes strike 1. Sanchez 1 for 2. He scored a run. So Carlos Villanueva out of Santiago in the Dominican Republic, called upon by manager Ken Macha. 0-1 to Sanchez in the dirt. That's going to be tough to do that, you know.
That's the Italian.
That's Guido. And he's got like a mesh thing in front of his face, so he's drinking through a screen. It's being fully filtered for him. J.J. Hardy throws out Sanchez, out number 2. 2009 Pirates Baseball on FSN Pittsburgh is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines is ready when you are. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. Take them right out of the Pittsburgh airport. Take you all kinds of places.
Yippers. G. Jones. He's got to bust out of this slump. This lengthy slump of his. A couple of games.
He's got to get guys on in front of him. That's the key. He's got 7 home runs, all of them solos. See, he hasn't had a. He went 0 for 4 yesterday. Then had a double against Barry Zito 2 days ago. Then went 0 for in his last 3 at bats. So that's 3, 7. He's 0 for 8. That's his slump. And right up the middle ends his slump.
There you go.
A mini slump has come to an end for Garrett Jones. He's 1 for 2.
That was a better swing. Right back through the box. That short, quick stroke. I thought yesterday he got a little long against Matt Cain. Kind of starting to swing early. Got a little length. That little dragging a bit behind him in and out of the zone. But that is more like it. Barrel straight down through the ball. Back through the box.
Ryan Doumit with 2 outs and a man aboard. Doumit has come through with an RBI single tonight. He was hit by a pitch, scored a run in the first inning, drove in one in the second. Seems like he's starting to get his stroke back.
Yeah. That'd be nice to get him hot. Certainly, you need production from the middle lineup, and we've been getting it from Jones. Ryan came up with the big 2 RBI base hit yesterday. Adam LaRoche with an RBI tonight, but I really believe Domet and LaRoche, those are the guys that need to be driving in runs, and they'll both tell you that as well. This offense is counting on both of them, and obviously Ryan has been out 73 games he missed due to the cracked bone in his wrist. Adam LaRoche having a tough July, but they're paid to drive in runs, and certainly every big league hitter and every hitter anywhere is going to go through some slumps, but still they got to find their way out of the slumps, in particular Adam. But Domet just shaking the rust off. I'm sure he'll be back to his old ways. Hit over 400 last year with runners in scoring position, did Ryan.
You can't really see the precipitation. It's very hard to see. We look up in the lights, it looks like a mist. I don't even know if it's making it down to the field before it dissipates. But Jones at first, 2 outs, and the 0-2 to Domet. That gets away from Kendall, and down to second goes Jones. Wild pitch. Charge to Villanueva. Now man in scoring position. That changes things a little.
Yes, sir. Chance for Ryan. Kendall couldn't find it. No idea. Did all he can, and that was textbook. He's usually pretty good at keeping the ball in front, blocking balls. Good turn for Garrett. Thought better of it.
1-2 to Domet. Watch out. Hot shot.
And usually when Ryan's doing that, that's when you know he's not swinging the bat well. I know when he first got to the big leagues, even his second year, that's how pitchers got ahead of Ryan Domet. They threw breaking balls inside, fastballs inside, because they knew he was just going to rip them foul, the bat in and out of the zone. Last year, a different hitter, as far as I could see. He'd laid off the pitches that were off the plate in. Pitches on the inside part of the plate, he was keeping fair. Pitches middle, he was hitting either gap. Pitches away, he was going with the pitch. I think that's why he had the great year, especially with runners in scoring position.
Popped him up foul. Counsell will give it a look, but it'll drift up into the seats.
But I think with the at-bats and getting more at-bats, Ryan, especially from this side, I don't think he's as pull. He doesn't have as big a tendency to pull from the right side as he does the left side. But the left side at times, he looks to get that barrel out there early, and I think that's what gets him in trouble, because it's hard to stay back on off-speed pitches and anything on the outer third of the plate. Get a lot of rollovers or easy fly balls the other way. Doesn't use his hands, or needs to use his hands better. And when he gets, another dozen, maybe a couple of dozen at bats under his belt, I think the hands will start working again.
1-2 pitch to the right side. Felipe Lopez throws out Domet, and that does it for the Pirates in the 4th. We'll head to the 5th. When we return to PNC Park, it is 6-2 Pirates. the AT&T Rapid Rewind. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Delwin Young delivered in the bottom of the first inning with a 3-run home run. He's been the difference in the game so far. Pirates with a 6-2 lead. Young with his 4th home run of the year. Talked about him in the open of the broadcast, Rock. The way that he performs when he's in a starting role, it's really been remarkable as far as his batting average is concerned. He's not an every single day player. He's been more of a platoon guy in the outfield. Started to at second base, but mostly in right field. And he's going to have to go after Lopez again. Felipe Lopez, 3 out of 3. And Lopez is going to turn it on and try for 3. Sanchez throw is not there. Throw a bit high, and LaRoche couldn't hang on.
Boy, Lopez turning it on, and very risky play when you're down 4 runs. Don't want to make that first out over there. And Delwin Young got over there. I thought when he got the ball to Freddie that Freddie was going to be able to throw him out. That's short porch down there at right field. Only 320 feet away.
I think the Brewers are glad they made the move for Lopez.
Well, so far
so good. He's 3 for 3. Nobody out for Craig Counsell, who swings and rips this one foul up the right side. 0-1 the count to Counsell. He singled and scored in the first inning, then lined out to the center fielder Andrew McCutchen in the third. Strike. Wally Bell calling the balls and strikes tonight. The acting crew chief John Hirschbeck would have been the crew chief. He was supposed to be here tonight, but Wally Bell took over. They changed the rotation of the umpires from what originally was there. Damian Beal out at second base. He is the replacement umpire tonight. So Bell at the plate, Chad Fairchild at first base, Beal at second, and Marty Foster is down at third. 2-1. 3-1 now to Counsell. Single run in the first and a single run in the fourth. And what the Pirates can't afford to do now is allow the Brewers to chip away and get one at a time now. And as we talk about that, there is some movement in the Pirate bullpen. They are taking the tarp off of their pitcher's mound. So some scrambling going on out in the Bucks pen. There is ball 4 to Counsell. Jeff Karstens quickly is up, and Joe Kerrigan, rather, the pitching coach, coming out of the third base dugout. The 17-game streak, we talked about it at the outset of the broadcast, John. We haven't talked about it since. We'll talk about it now. 9 of the 17 wins have been come from behind wins.
Yeah, and you know, we've had blown saves. We've had big leads. We've had a lot of different scenarios where the Brew Crew, they're confident, and especially with winning 17 straight games and having the power they do in their lineup. They don't think they're out of this game by any means, and you certainly don't want to give them or do them any favors by walking guys like Ohlendorf just did. You give up a leadoff triple, well, what are you going to do? You try to concentrate. You figure you're going to give up that run. Well, keep them from scoring any more than that. And certainly by walking Counsell now, you got a guy like Braun that could put a 3 spot up there. Fielder certainly can on deck. Just about anybody from here on in, all the way down to Kendall.
Ollendorf's got to be careful with Braun. Braun is overdue. He's not hit a home run since the 25th of June against the Minnesota Twins in interleague play. He also has not driven in a run in his last 12 games.
Wow. Still in that 3-hole, hitting the ball well tonight. Wow.
But able to keep it in front and prevent the runners from moving up.
And that was no easy block. That ball bounced way out in front. And I mentioned earlier, Ollendorf looked like he had a pretty good breaking ball. That's the second ball Ryan Doumit is taking off his right arm. He got hit with a pitch back in the first inning on his right elbow. That one hit the inside of his right forearm. And that's why you usually don't find batting titles going to catchers. But Joe Mauer is the exception.
This one to shallow right. Freddie Sanchez able to make the play. Good job by Sanchez. Runners remain at first and third. Lopez down there at third. He couldn't go anywhere.
Boy, is that frustrating. Braun might be in the tunnel breaking something right now, because when you're an RBI guy and you're struggling to get RBIs and you have an opportunity like this here in the fifth, first and third, nobody out, thinking, boy, I'm finally going to get that RBI. I got an easy chance for an RBI, and then you end up hitting a soft little pop-up.
This guy is a big RBI guy. Had one in the first inning. He has 84 on the year. Ollendorf gives both base runners a look. And fielder a sacrifice fly to right, scoring Craig Counsell in the first inning, and then grounded out to Freddie Sanchez at second base to end the third inning. Lopez at third, Counsell at first, and fielder a comebacker. And they've got Lopez hung up. Ollendorf has to make the tag. Smart base running by Counsell, going all the way down to third from first base, so they prevent the run. And now runners are back on the corners with 2 down.
Wow, that's an inning double play ball. You're up 4 runs. You got a slow runner and Prince Fielder. You come up throwing to second, your inning's over. You're back in the dugout right now, and especially with a 4-run lead, there's no reason to even think about the runner at third. Give that ball up to Jack Wilson. You're back in the dugout. Your offense is clubbing again, but you're giving the Brew Crew another chance. And again, that's good work by Lopez. And on the ground, first and third, you're going on the ball no matter what, if it's on the ground, to stay out of the double play. So he does his job. Stays in it long enough to allow Counsell to get to third.
Well, hopefully this doesn't come back to bite Ross Ollendorf here with 2 down, and Cameron at the plate. And he pops him up to right field, and that'll be foul. Listen to Ryan Doumit. I believe it's Ryan Doumit who's giving the directions to Ross Ollendorf.
Yeah, 3 times. 2-2-2-2. And that was fairly close to not getting anybody with that high throw to Ollendorf. If Lopez gets down, who knows if Ross could have put the tag on him.
0-1 to Cameron. Well, Doumit certainly has had his work tonight.
Yes, he has.
He doesn't mind, though. He's making up for lost time.
Yep.
One ball and 1 strike. Runners at the corners. Ollendorf's pitch is hit in the air. Right center field. Plenty of room for McCutcheon. And Ross Ollendorf able to get out of the inning. Halfway through the 5th. 6-2 Pirates. A few hours ago, we were in the middle of what looked like a squall. 6-2 Bucks, bottom of the fifth. Adam LaRoche, Delwyn Young, Andy LaRoche facing Villanueva.
Yeah, we barely could see downtown.
Couldn't see the buildings from the broadcast booth. It was so dark and the rain was so thick. 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Adam drove in a run with a base hit in the first inning, then hit into a double play in the second, allowing a run to score with nobody out. 1-1 pitch to LaRoche. It's up and in.
Well, that was huge, by the way, last inning. Ohlendorf getting out of that jam without allowing any runs to score after a leadoff triple. And then the walk. First and third, nobody out. Nobody's scoring. It's good work, despite the fact.
LaRoche to the gap in right center field. That's going to roll. LaRoche has his second hit of the ball game. He'll pull in with a double, his 24th of the year. So, Adam, the temperature going up a little bit. Let's check out how we got to this point in the game with tonight's summary, brought to you by A&L Motors. First inning was big for the Bucks as Delwyn Young with 2 outs and 2 on hits this home run, his 4th of the year, a 3-run shot. And lifted the Bucks to the lead. Ryan Doma hit by a pitch, an RBI single. He scored a run. Felipe Lopez from Milwaukee, 3 for 3 in his first game with the Brewers since being traded from the Diamondbacks. Just got here today. And he, like the start of the ball game, arrived late.
How about that? He led off all 3 times up. He reached all 3 times up, but he hasn't scored. Got picked off. Obviously, that didn't help. But the leadoff triple, the Brewers unable to cash in.
1-0 pitch. Right there for a strike, 1-1. It's unusual for a guy who's hot like that, and with this Brewers lineup, for them to waste a leadoff triple.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Counsell, Ryan Braun, and Prince Fielder following. Not a single one could get him in from third. And this one is just foul.
Well, they do hit .253 with runners in scoring position, which isn't great. That's below their season average.
Andy LaRoche waiting for his opportunity. Now Adam LaRoche out there at second base. 1-2, and Young strikes out for the second time. 1 down now is Delwyn Young. He is 1 for 3. Andy LaRoche 0 for 1 with a walk. Pirate third baseman came into the ball game with an average of .266. He's just dropped a point.
Only regular without a hit.
Looking to change that here. And the Pirates with 6 runs on 8 hits. No errors. The Brewers 2 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. Brewers have also stranded 6 runners. Pirates only 4. (0-2). LaRoche went right through that offering of Carlos Villanueva. Originally, Villanueva was signed by the San Francisco Giants as a non-drafted free agent out of the Dominican Republic in 2002. Played in rookie ball and ended up being moved over in 2004 to the Brewers. Part of a deal that involved a couple of pitchers. Strike is called. Went over for Wayne Franklin and Leo Estrella. And then made his major league debut in 2006. Going 2-2 in 10 appearances. 1-2. That's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. LaRoche, pretty good hitter with runners on base, hitting an even .300.
And I think he's done pretty good with these situations, just with runners in scoring position, it's a bit lower than that at 270. But with 2 strikes, runners in scoring position, really shuts down the swing a bit. I know he's come up with a lot of big hits with 2 strikes, 2 outs, runners in scoring position. So many times this year he's come through with that ground ball up the middle or line drive up the middle.
2-2 pitches hit high and deep to left field. Braun on the track, and he makes the catch. Andy tried to go to the short porch in left field, but the ballpark held it.
Just barely under it, and that's just a fraction of an inch. You get that ball off your bat, just under it, just a touch, and Andy, I think, thought it had a chance off the bat. He knew it was either going to be in the seats or caught. But there is just a fine line as you get out there. Kind of alligator armed it as he's tried to sneak it in by him. Just a fraction of an inch.
Jack Wilson with 2 down. He's 1 for 2. Like to come up with a hit here and drive in Adam LaRoche. Pirates need to add on when they get opportunities. A leadoff double by LaRoche. He's still at second base. Young has struck out, and Andy LaRoche just flat out deep to left. So Ken Mako is going to come out and talk to Carlos Villanueva. Nobody warming up in the Milwaukee pen, so this is just a chat.
Well, Kendall went out there to go over the game plan with Jack Wilson, the 8th place hitter, and the pitcher on deck. And, I guess Ken Maka wanted to go out there to find out exactly what was said and tell Villanueva and Kendall what he wants to do here with Jack up and the pitcher Ohlendorf due up next. And this is one of those things where, how do you decide? How are you going to attack? And I think when a manager goes out there and tells a pitching coach, this is what I like, they're going to walk Jack. I would much rather a manager to go out there and tell his pitcher just walk him than to say, hey, don't give him anything good to hit. Pitch around them and see if he'll chase. And, because, if the pitcher tries to pitch around the guy and one, the hitter goes out of the zone and gets a base hit, or 2, the pitcher makes a mistake and the hitter gets a hit. And then, the manager always says, well, I didn't want him to throw anything for him to hit. It's his fault. So I would rather this. If you don't want the guy to beat you, now this is a 4-run game. It's a little different if it's a tie game, one-run game either way. But, take the pressure off the pitcher. Just go out there and say walk him and then deal with the pitcher.
So Jeff Salazar will come out and pinch hit. Pirates have given him a number of opportunities. He's yet to get a base hit in a pinch hitting role. And that will do it for Ross Ohlendorf, a guy they wanted to go deeper into the game. They want him to go past the 6th inning. But now Salazar will pinch hit.
Interesting. I'm stunned. I am stunned that Ohlendorf is out of the game. He didn't throw that many pitches.
74.
And he wasn't particularly sharp. But he pitched in and out of some trouble. You can argue he only gave up 1 earned run. If the Pirates are able to turn a double play back in the 4th inning on a double pump from Freddie at second, he's only allowed 1 run this whole game. But John Russell looking for more offense. Early exit for Ross Ohlendorf.
Salazar 0 for 7. Right now would be a good time for his first hit. Salazar played over 90 games with the Arizona Diamondbacks a year ago. 2 men out and 2 are on. Adam LaRoche standing at second base. Jack Wilson an intentional walk at first, and the pitch on the way. And Salazar grounds to second base. Lopez will throw him out, and Salazar is now 0 for 8. And that does it for the Pirates in the 5th. At this very moment, Neil Armstrong set foot on the moon. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Prior to that, he said, Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed. 10:56 Eastern Time on July 20th, 1969. So right now, 40 years ago, exactly, Neil Armstrong set his foot on the moon. Jeff Karstens is in now as he takes over for Ross Ohlendorf. Ohlendorf goes 5. Gives up 7 hits and 2 earned runs, and Jeff Karstens making his 24th appearance. He will face Corey Hart, J.J. Hardy, and Jason Kendall. And the first pitch is inside. And John, the role that Jeff Karstens plays, I'm not sure if you can define it any other way, as if to say maybe he just fills whatever hole the Pirates want him to fill.
Yeah, you know, he's done a good job. He's finished games, obviously non-save situations. He's come in and pitched 2-3 innings. The extra inning affair the other night, 2 perfect innings, and there you see he's retired all but 1 of his last 19. And what I've noticed is he's pitched better. I mean, just you look at his stuff, his command, his breaking ball has had good break. He's kept it down for the most part. Fastball command's been there, both sides of the plate. We didn't see that a whole lot starting this year. We saw it at times last year. I thought he was going to be a great starter this year. I really did. I expected much better results from Jeff, but I'm sure he'll tell you that the command just wasn't there when he was starting, but I think it's starting to come back for him since he's been to the bullpen.
1-2 to J.J. Hardy. Well, Karstens, I think, you know, being that 5th starter out of spring training and then being sent to the bullpen, no matter when he's been asked to pitch, he does his best to answer the call. And lately he has been doing it exceptionally well, as you pointed out. 2 men are out.
And again, I think the reason he has been pitching better is he's been locating better. Maybe the pressure's off, maybe mechanical adjustments or work on the side with Joe Kerrigan. Whatever the case may be, I just think it's been night and day, the location of his pitches since he moved to the bullpen. The starter just wasn't there.
Jason Kendall. Casey McGee. He was scheduled to start the game at third base, but was pulled out of the lineup after the rain delay, and now looks like he'll go right back at it. But stop. Self-defense by Jeff Karstens, and he gets a 1-2-3 inning. Seems no worse for the wear.
Easy
Karstens makes use of his backboard. The left, looking at the left thumb of Jeff Karstens. Thought that ball went off of his body, but it may have caught him on the side of the glove. Take a look at the Coors Light freeze cam. And Ryan Doumit had one right back off of starter Mike Burns. And here's the one off of the bat of Jason Kendall. That got him in the glove first, and then the body. Coors Light Freeze Cam brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Great look from the Coors Light Freeze Cam. With John Winter, Tim Neverett back here at PNC Park. Bottom of the 6th inning, 6-2 Pirates, and Karsten's getting his jacket on.
Yeah, I thought it hit the palm of his glove.
Gave it a good look, and he was smiling at times in the dugout, so he didn't appear in much pain. And Mike Sandoval was working the thumb around. If there was something wrong, he might have jumped out of his shoes, but seems to be okay. 2-0 pitch, and McCutchen lines it into left center field. Another multi-hit game for Andrew McCutchen, his 17th. Watch it again at real speed. That's a little scary looking.
Yeah, I don't think Kendall caught it real good. He got tied up a little bit by it, so I think that's what allowed Karstens to react and even get the glove up there. In the case with Mike Burns, too, that wasn't an extremely hard hit ball from Doumit, kind of a miss hit. Otherwise, you take a line shot from Ryan Doumit and you're throwing shoulder, you're not going to pitch 2 more innings. It just kind of jammed it a bit. He'll be fine. It would hurt a little if he had to go up there and hit, but I think he'll be fine.
Just tape an aspirin to it after the game. He'll be all right. McCutchen is back. Sanchez 1 for 3. Had a single and scored a run in the 2nd inning. A lot of room on that right side with Fielder holding McCutchen on. And you just know Sanchez is thinking about that situation.
Yep. Magic wand in his hand. He used to go to right a lot more. I'm not saying he doesn't do it. He still does, but just not as often. I think he used to look to shoot that hole a little more frequently than he does. Than he has been, at least. But there you see all the room. You see even at the top of your screen there, Corey Hart, how far he plays over towards the line in right field. Big gap in left center for Freddie.
1-1, and Sanchez tries to go that way, fouls it off. Goes to right side, rather, not to left center, but to the right. And he's got that inside-out swing that is really his trademark at the plate.
Well, that's a lot of room out there in left center. I've seen him pop a few balls into that gap, too.
This time he hits it down to the shortstop. Hardy goes to Lopez for 1, back to first, scooped up with a backhand by Prince Fielder, and that is a double play. Let's check out tonight's Deal Automotive Farm Report. Some good news from the minor leagues. Lastings Millage, who was involved in the trade for Niger Morgan and Sean Burnett, the International League Batter of the Week. He led the IL with 9 hits and his on-base percentage .591. Lastings was locked in this last week. He wants to be back in the big leagues, and that's his plan, is to get back to the big leagues as soon as he can. Pirates made some adjustments with his game, and he has responded to them very well, apparently.
Yes, sir. And you folks at home might be thinking, 9 hits? What's the big deal about 9 hits in a week? But they had an all-star break too, right?
Yeah, but he was asked, or he asked rather, to continue to play. But he had 9 hits.
Just in the IL.
Just in the IL. He did go to Lynchburg.
Yeah, that's right.
At Single A and play there. The IL doesn't count those.
Yeah.
Hit the ball a long way. A couple of balls out of the yard and a base hit.
And this guy's a top prospect. I mean, he was a top prospect, highly thought of as he came up through the Mets system.
Jones takes inside 2-1. And the thing about Milledge, he's just 24 years old. He is still very, very young. He's had significant big league time. And just trying to get his game together. Rain's starting to come down a little harder now.
Man, I'm getting treated like a king up here today. You know.
Garrett Jones to left. This ball is gone! Home run number 8 for Garrett Jones. Another solo shot. 7-2.
That is incredible. And it's just not that easy. He just flicked it out the other way. And Ryan Braun didn't even care to go after it. I mean, a backdoor breaking ball, and he just flipped it.
Villanueva giving up his 5th home run out of the Brewers' pen.
That's just not easy to do. I'm sorry. There's not many people in baseball that can do that. There just isn't that many people in the game today that can hit a ball out of the yard the other way just like that.
He's a late bloomer. No doubt about it. Watch this again. He just pokes it the other way.
Yeah. And you see, too, it's almost like a 2-part swing. Foot's down early. And then he adjusts for the change of speed because it was a little backdoor slider. The foot was down as if it was a fastball, but he recognizes spin, keeps the hands back, and then he just stays on it.
Getting the bath out there.
Yeah.
The Bird thinks, well, a lot of open grass out there. May as well enjoy it. And Garrett Jones certainly enjoying his time right now with the Pirates. This has been a great opportunity for him with Pittsburgh after so many years in the minor leagues with Minnesota.
The only thing that he hasn't done is get a hit with the runner in scoring position. That's the only thing. The home runs have been solo shots.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Doman here.
Still, I mean, that's impressive.
Chop foul. We'll have another.
And there you see Doman still out in front. Chases a breaking ball earlier in the count. Down and out of the zone. That little sinker he's out in front of. And so the game hasn't slowed down for him yet. When the game starts slowing down, he sees the ball a little bit longer. He realizes how much time he has at the plate. That's when he's going to take off. But just not in a good rhythm just yet.
Fielder boots it. And Doman is safe. That'll be an error on Prince Fielder's second Milwaukee error.
Yeah, he got caught with the in-between hop, and he tried to shorten it by getting that glove hand way out in front. That little step backwards is what did it. That step backwards got him caught in between. If he takes that step forward, he gets a nice, easy long hop.
So Fielder allows Doman to reach. Here is Adam LaRoche. First multi-hit game in quite a while. Single, an RBI, and a double. Seems to be seeing the ball pretty well tonight. 0-1 the count to Adam LaRoche. Home runs, as far as the Pirates go, 11 home runs in the last 7 games, after hitting 1 home run in their previous 4. And LaRoche hasn't hit one in a while.
I was just wondering the same thing, looking it up, see if it's in the notes here.
Strike 2 on the outer edge, 0-2. July's been his best home run month. Looking for leftovers, I think. He ought to come up here in the booth. You should see the food that Rock's been getting delivered.
Oh, man.
I've been up here
amazing.
The whole season, Rock. You have more food tonight than we've had the whole season.
Because I complained. in a joking way, I complained. I said, I worked the one weekend for Steve, and he was off at some expedition, and the worm. This is the time to go out and get the worms.
I mean, look, you got hot dogs, Cracker Jacks, popcorn,
everything.
Pretzels, nachos, even ice cream.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
And again, it's because I gave the boys some grief.
And Garrett Jones giving the Brewers some grief with a long ball to left, his 8th home run of the season. Jack Wilson giving him the business. Before, during, or after the game, stop by the Trip Total Media Hall of Fame Club at PNC Park. PNC Park's newest venue. Remember, the Hall of Fame Club is open to all fans. It offers a full menu as well as selected drink specials at the full-service bar. For more information, visit Pirates.com or just stop by on game day. $2.50 beer specials after every game. The specials include all beer. It's a great place to go and get used to going as part of your game time experience. Trip Total Media Hall of Fame Club.
It is really nice out there.
Here's Bill Hall pinch hitting for the Brewers, and he swings and misses at strike 2. Hall hitting for the pitcher Villanueva. Numbers on Bill Hall. Bill's played the infield, the outfield. Serving as a pinch hitter tonight and going down on strikes as Karstens has retired the first 4 men he has seen.
And again, look at the location on the curveball. Down and away. That's not an easy pitch to hit. Got good break to it. And, Bill Hall just can't reach it. And Hall typically is pretty good at looking out over the plate. He likes to get extended. He doesn't like to get crowded. But good change of pace from Karstens.
There's Chris Smith loosening up for the Brew Crew. See if Karstens can find a way to get Lopez out. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lopez a single in the first, a single in the third, and a triple in the 5th. But his hits have gone for naught. He has not crossed home plate tonight. He got caught in a rundown between third and home and also got himself picked off of first base. So his hitting's been good. His base running has not. 5-run lead for the Pirates here in the 7th. 3-1 to Felipe Lopez. Craig Counsell on deck. Joe Kerrigan, the pitching coach, needs a towel to keep all of his charts dry. Strike on the outside corner.
Throw it again. him earn it. He has been earning it, but no free passes.
Payoff and a free pass. So Lopez has reached base 4 times. This time via the walk. First annual Open Wide Open charity golf event is Friday, September 11th at the Alcoma Golf Course in Penn Hills. Proceeds benefit Pittsburgh-based Every Child Incorporated. For donations, sponsorships, and to register your foursome today, visit openwideopen.com. Jack to Freddie to Adam. That's a double play. And that does it for the Brewers in the 7th. It is stretch time at PNC Park. Pirates lead by 5. It's time for tonight's Mercedes-Benz E-Class attention assist of the game. How about this one from Jack Wilson out of the soaking wet grass. Throws out J.J. Hardy. That's tonight's Mercedes-Benz E-Class attention assist of the game. Chris Smith on for the Brewers in the bottom of the 7th inning. He will face Delwyn Young, Andy LaRoche, and Jack Wilson. 17th appearance out of the pen for Smith.
Smith called up from AAA Nashville on June 4th. Pitched pretty well down there. He was their closer. 2-0 with 12 saves in his 21 games. Just a 1.38 ERA.
Joe Kerrigan, I don't know if he's ordering up some of that food you had up here. He might be ordering out.
Perhaps. Pretzels, nachos, hot dogs, Italian ice.
Louis Durante, the bullpen coach. Herbie Andrade down there with him, the bullpen catcher.
It's been a long night. Maybe Joe is ordering them some food, sending down some pizzas.
Oh, I doubt it. I think you'll see somebody getting up here shortly, but it's one of the great places that you can get some chow here at the ballpark. Look at that. New buffalo chicken tenders with fries. That's the new special tonight, Rock. How come you didn't get any of those?
I don't know.
You didn't complain enough about it.
I'll have to complain about it.
1-2 to Young. 1 for 3. 3-run blast in the first. And then he struck out twice since.
Well, it's nice to see Delwyn hitting the ball out of the yard early on. After acquiring Delwyn, a lot of hits, mostly singles. And so you wondered, where's the power? Is there any power? He's playing corner outfield. But certainly he has shown that he has power.
Hits this one pretty well to center. Cameron circling behind it. Out number 1 in the Pirates' 7th. Young now 1 for 4. Andy LaRoche looking for his first hit.
Oh, God. Well, that's a nice start for Darwin. First at bat, you get that home run and 3 RBIs. And then you end up being disappointed at the end of the night because you've ended up just 1 for 4. A couple of punch outs. I think that works both ways. You go 0 for 3 and you hit a 3-run homer in your last at bat, you feel you salvaged something. Feel like you've had a great day. But when you start off your game with a 3-run homer and nothing after that, you leave somewhat disappointed.
1 hopper to Hardy. 2 down. Well, earlier tonight, just when we got started after the rain delay, there's actor Kirk Cameron. And of course on a very popular television show, Growing Pains. He delivered to Jack Wilson. Kirk Cameron, Bucco fan. I travel a lot. I get to travel a lot around the country. And everywhere I went this past winter, before baseball began, everywhere I went, I was stopped by Bucco fans. People saying, hey, you're going to pitch. I love the Pirates. I grew up there, or whatever. I mean, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
And everywhere we go on the road, we always run into folks with their Pirate gear on and have made the trip, or maybe they've been displaced or misplaced and find themselves in that particular city.
Well, that's what you find. I think that's the case with not just Pirate fans. I think there's just Pittsburgh people all over the country, and they love their sports. They love their Pirates, their Penguins, their Steelers, their Panthers. In some cases, Nittany Lions or Robert Morris Colonials or Duquesne Dukes, but they're out there. They're across the nation, and they will show their support everywhere we go.
2-1 to the shortstop, Jack Wilson. Smith delivers. Fastball low. 89. You know, Kirk Cameron, who we just showed throwing out the first pitch, his first job was at age 9 and a breakfast cereal ad. When was your first job?
Oh, I did the paper thing when I was real little. You know, I was a bowling pin setter. I set up bowling pins.
You were a pin boy?
Probably from the time, for 4 or 5 years, yeah. Probably from the time I was 12 till 16.
Wow.
Make good money. I always had money for a little lad.
So what's a pin boy pulling in these days?
Oh, I'd make $40 a week easy.
Wow. I hope you didn't spend it all in one place.
Well, not these days. I'm talking 30 years ago.
3 up and 3 down for the Pirates in the 7th. Out walking around.
Plenty of worms out there.
Well, he's got something. Popcorn maybe. But he loves the rain. I think he likes the score too. Shouldn't he be on somebody's shoulder right now with an eye patch?
Perhaps.
Ryan Braun at the plate.
Wrong color bird.
Used to be green. Braun had a single and stole second base back in the first inning. He's lined out to McCutchen in center field and then popped out to Freddie Sanchez in the fifth. Top of the eighth. Jeff Karstens getting the job done in relief. Ross Ohlendorf lifted after 74 pitches in 5 innings. When John Russell elected to go with Jeff Salazar as a pinch hitter with 2 on and 2 out. Salazar would ground out. So Ohlendorf an early exit, but Karstens has done a nice job. He's allowed 1 man to reach, Felipe Lopez. He walked him and then right after that got Counsell to hit into a double play. So he's faced the minimum 6 batters in relief so far. This is the 7th man he's faced, starting his 3rd inning of work. And Braun down to Jack Wilson. And Wilson throws out Braun. And Karstens continues his excellent work out of the pen.
Very, very impressive.
And here's how you like it with Prince Fielder when he comes up. Nobody on base. Pirates infield goes into the shift. Andy LaRoche basically plays the left side. Jack Wilson right up the middle. So Andy's out there at the shortstop position. He's even moving over closer to second base. Bunt down third would work now.
Say again?
A bunt down third would work now.
Oh, yeah, why not? Down 5, need base runners. I wonder if Prince ever bunted in his life. You have to wonder. I don't even think he settles for a hard, clean base hit in the center field. I don't think the base hit excites him as much as the long ball.
2-1 pitch. And it is now 3-1 to Prince Fielder. Well, rain keeps falling, but they're going to play this one out. Mike Cameron on deck.
Field should be in good shape.
3-1 misses. That is ball 4. So Fielder is aboard. Back in the 5th inning. This is when the game really turned in Ohlendorf's favor. Ryan Braun got him to fly out to Sanchez with nobody on nobody out and 2 on. Now this should have been a double play back to the shortstop. Wilson could have been out of the inning. Instead they went the hard way. Got Lopez in the rundown. Ohlendorf makes the tag, and then Cameron flat out to center. So even though things didn't go the way they perhaps should have gone for Ross Ohlendorf and the Pirates that inning defensively, they ended up going right in the end.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good job. Lead off triple, then a walk. First and third, nobody out. Ross gets out of it. A couple weak fly balls and the fielder choice from Fielder, and that was the end of Ohlendorf's night. We got pinched hit 4, and Jeff Karstens since the top of the 6th.
One out, one on, the 1-1 pitch. Out in front.
Love that pitch. Right on right change. You just don't see it a whole lot. After a couple of breaking balls. Good changeup. The bottom falls out of it. To Cameron, it looked just like the fastball leaving his hand. Another changeup. That one not as good. And typically when you throw a changeup and you get a hitter to chase it, the next one should be better than the one before, but Jeff left that last changeup up middle, and Cameron with the big hack hits it off the end.
Here's the 1-2 pitch to right field. Delwyn Young puts it away for the second out.
Well, why not? Curveball, changeup, bust him in on his hands with the heater.
And that's something called sequencing when you're a pitcher and you come in with the different sequences. And I think that, as a pitcher, you try to gauge patterns from guys when you see them time and time again. But, when you keep a guy off balance, when you see a guy who's so off balance, he's just literally out of sequence from the hitter's standpoint.
Yeah, and typically, when you hear of a pitcher pitching backwards, typically, you're going to get a pitcher that's going to get ahead with a fastball. Then, if he gets ahead with 2 strikes, he's going to try to get the batter out with a breaking ball. You get pitchers that get behind 2-0, you're going to get a fastball. The pitcher that pitches backwards, get ahead with you with breaking balls and get you out with fastballs. Come in when he's ahead 0-2. Falls behind 2-0, he's going to throw something off speed for a strike. That's the backwards pitcher, and I think Jeff Karstens kind of fits that role. It didn't work out first time through as far as being a starter. It doesn't mean he won't start again. I think his stuff right now, as valuable as he's been to John Russell in that bullpen, this is where we saw him last year when he came over from the Yankees, and he was in the rotation every 5th day. The breaking ball, for the most part, was sharp. It was down. It was the fastball, both sides of the plate down. Good movement, good changeup. And I really expected him to be solid as a starter, but did not have that control, did not have the good curveball.
And now when you look at his spot on this roster, and depending on how Virgil Vasquez does tomorrow, there could be a change in the 5th spot at some time down the road. Carson's more than likely will stay in the bullpen. He's been more valuable out of there.
Yeah. That's the decision. Vasquez, I think, has pitched pretty good his first 3 starts. Obviously, last time out was not good. But, that's the thing that the Pirates have this year that they didn't have a year ago is options. Not only do you got the 5 guys in the rotation and Carson's in the bullpen, a number of guys at AAA Indianapolis you would think could step in and do an okay job. Obviously guys that we've seen that have struggled the last couple of years, in Gorslani and Snell, and you got Daniel McCutchen, another player the Pirates picked up in a trade. One of the top prospects, former #1 pick Brad Lincoln, now at Indianapolis. Last year, we went through so many guys at times trying to, get that next starter up. We've tried Jimmy Barthmeyer and Ty Taubenheim and a number of other guys, and just didn't have that pitching depth. But that's what Neil Huntington has done. He's done a good job.
And you mentioned Daniel McCutchen, too. Tonight against Durham, went 6 innings, gave up 6 hits, 1 earned run, struck out 6, pitched very well. And an Indians win over the Bulls. Steve Pearce had a 2-run shot in that game. Great diving stop by Andy LaRoche. Goes the short way, and that ends the inning. So through 7.5, the Pirates lead at 7-2. Time to catch you up on some news from around Major League Baseball. In case you missed it, from our friends at Chevrolet, the Phillies beat the Cubs 10-1. They've now won 9 straight ball games. Tommy Hanson, Braves rookie, 11 strikeouts and a win over the Giants. Yunel Escobar, National League Player of the Week. Jim Thome, American League Player of the Week. Both guys doing a good job at the plate, especially Thome, hitting some long balls last week for the White Sox. With John Wehner, Tim Neverett. Here's Jeff Karstens. Bottom of the 8th inning, 7-2. Pirates with the lead. And Karstens will hit, and he gets hit by the pitch. And Karstens is pretty upset. And now there's trouble. Now there's going to be a lot of trouble as the benches will empty. As Karstens just got pounded with the first pitch that was thrown to him. And he takes great exception to it.
Well, that almost had to be expected.
Jason Kendall has to be restrained by Prince Fielder. And Kendall right now is the instigator. Both bullpens come out now. As Kendall is irate at Jeff Karstens.
It'll be interesting to find out what Kendall said to Karstens, and knowing Kendall as well as I do, I would assume that Kendall's was just saying, just take your medicine and go to first base. You know, that's what the whole interesting thing about all this is so much time has passed since Karstens
again, if it
hit Ryan Braun.
This is payback from several weeks ago in Milwaukee. Let's go all the way back. April 27th, Ryan Braun homers off Jeff Karstens. And then Braun gets hit. And Braun did a lot of talking in the newspapers afterward, a lot of complaining, a lot of challenging. And Ryan Braun was not happy. And he was less happy when the pitcher for the Brewers who came in did not hit the next Pirate hitter. Right. Now, this is payback. This was an opportunity that the Brewers saw with Jeff Karstens coming to the plate. And Jeff knows it.
And that's the thing, and that's, you can see that's what Kendall's saying. Just take your medicine, just go down to first. And seriously, I think that's how it should be handled. You know, whether Karstens tried to hit Braun or not, that's the way these things get evened out. You know, it was talked about whether Braun said anything or not. You know, the only way you're going to get Karstens back for what he did to Braun is to hit him, and I'm certain that was intentional by Smith. It'll be interesting to see if anything's done to Smith, because nowadays the whole protection thing, you know, they don't want guys protecting their hitters this way. And so Karstens just kind of said his thing. I think Kendall kind of initiated things by getting into his face and telling him to take his place. If Kendall didn't act the way he did, I'm sure Karstens just would have threw his bat and taken down.
Well, I'm not sure that it was Karstens at the end that Kendall was upset at. Did you see pitching coach Joe Kerrigan?
Yeah, Kerrigan was a little worked up and upset. But
Ryan Braun feels perhaps maybe that debt has been paid back.
I mean,
look at Joe Kerrigan, the pitching coach. He comes into the left of your screen here. And Wally Bell gets in front of him, the home plate umpire.
Yeah.
So Chris Smith stays in the game, and Andrew McCutchen takes on the inside corner for a strike.
And you have to assume, as far as Wally Bell and the umpires are concerned, I doubt they know the history that happened so long ago.
And McCutchen takes another strike. Nothing in 2 to Andrew McCutchen. Jeff Karstens took a line drive off the thumb. And that was earlier in his stint. Now gets plunked on the left elbow.
And chatting with Prince Fielder. Kind of curious as to what that could be all about as you take and see that McCutchen checked the swing.
Interestingly enough, as McCutchen puts this one through the box for a base hit, the umpiring crew in that game, John, had Wally Bell, Marty Foster, who are here tonight. Wally Bell was the first base umpire in that game.
I wonder if he remembers all that happened there. McCutchen picks up his third hit. He's 3 for 5. And knowing Kendall, who knows? Kendall may have forewarned him. If Karstens comes up, we're probably going to hit him, just so you know. But it'd be interesting to know. But if you're wondering why Karstens is hitting, John Russell resting his bullpen, the 5-run lead. Karstens has a chance to pick up his first career save by pitching a scoreless night.
Well, I'm wondering what's going to happen now, if anything at all, simply because when you look at the Milwaukee batting order, the man to lead off next inning, top of the ninth, is Jason Kendall.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, it's certainly in Jeff Karstens' hands if he chooses to take exception to whatever it was that Jason Kendall had said. He can escalate things even further.
Joe Kerrigan's calmed down a little bit. As mad as I've seen him.
Yeah.
Down to third. And that goes into right field off the glove of Lopez. Around third and coming home is Karstens. And Jeff Karstens says, take that.
Oh, I guarantee
8-2.
And I'm watching Kendall in front of home plate, wondering, he was just probably hoping that the right fielder, Corey Hart, would have fired that ball home. But McCutchen going in hard. But Lopez just alligator armed it, just short armed it. That should be his error.
Third error on the Brewers. Mike Wilson coming over to check on his pitcher. So is Joe Kerrigan. Now they're going to examine the spot where he got plunked.
Yep, the left limb taking a beating. The thumb, now the elbow.
Garrett Jones at the plate with 2 on and nobody out. Takes a strike.
I guess I feel like I'm taking sides. I'm not really, but I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you see there's some swelling there, and I'm sure we'll see what happens, whether Karstens just going to get some ice on it or what have you. I'm sure he wants to finish the game. But, in that situation, certainly the Brewers remember the whole deal with Karstens hitting Braun and wanted a chance to make him pay. I don't have a problem with it. I don't. I think that's kind of how you police it.
Old school baseball.
Having said that, I mean, here you see the elbow guard. Well, that's the shin guard on Perry Hill's elbow.
May as well be an elbow guard tonight.
Right. Yeah. He's got Freddie's elbow guard and McCutchen's shin guard.
He's got the armor on.
Yeah.
A 1-2 to Jones. It's backing out of play.
But if you go back to the whole Brewer thing and the way that worked out, he hit a homer. Karstens hits him in the back. My take, the way I think it should be handled, warning or no warning, you protect your player. In that case, Braun, Ken Maka. You go out and hit the first Pirate batter that comes to the plate the next inning. I don't care who your pitcher is. I don't care the consequences. If that's the way you protect your teammate.
Jones launches one into the night. This one is going to stay in the ballpark. Thought he got it. Cameron makes the catch. Tagging from second and going to third was Andrew McCutchen. And Garrett Jones just missed that one. The way he's been hitting him, that one had the trajectory to get out, but It stayed in, but he did get one out. Tonight's play that made you smile brought to you by Aspen Dental. Garrett Jones going the other way back in the 6th inning. Off the bleachers for his 8th home run. Boy, I thought he got that off the bat.
Just tied up a little bit. Looked like it got in on him just enough.
You know, it's one of those things where you start getting used to seeing a guy hit a home run. You think he's going to hit one every time up.
Yeah.
He hit one into the river, the 27th splashdown ball the other day against San Francisco. Runners at the corners and one out. Go to first. And Sanchez is back. Jeff Karsten's back in the dugout. And there is activity in the Pirate bullpen, so that might be it for Jeff. Reaching for the jacket now.
I'm sure he wants to go out there. I mean, to get his first career save. I can't see the left arm affecting his pitching. Well, I'm sure it's pretty sore. See the stitches?
It feels probably better now than it will feel when he wakes up tomorrow.
I love it when pitchers get hit with pitches. I do. I love it. And like even when Caps is once you find out Caps,
I'm sure they all appreciate you saying that too.
But because they've all hit hitters in their lives, and I want them to know how it feels.
Hardy to Lopez, back to first, double play, and we'll go to the 9th. Pirates 3-8, 3 outs away from ending a streak. 8-2 Pirates. Will Jeff Karsten stay in? We'll find out when we come back. Finally getting his payback from April 27th. Ken Maka talking with home plate umpire Wally Bell. Jeff Karstens has indeed been lifted from the game. And John Russell was chatting it up with Wally Bell. Not happy that his pitcher had to leave the game. So Jesse Chavez has come in to replace Jeff Karstens, who was in line for his first career save. And Jason Kendall will lead off against Jesse Chavez. Hold your breath.
Well, I didn't notice if anybody was warned. I'm sure Ken Maka and John Russell know, and I would assume that they've been warned. So if there was any type of retaliation here, I would assume that Chavez would get thrown out and suspended. But that's if there was a warning. I doubt that Kendall will be thrown at.
And a big cut and a miss. Most important thing here is there has been something that hasn't been done since the 22nd of May in 2008.
Yeah.
And that is beating the Brewers.
That's a beautiful thing.
That is the most important thing right now for the Pirates. And Kendall hammers this one to center field, left center field. Garrett Jones calls off McCutchen, and there's one down. The Pirates 2 outs away.
Kendall would have showed me something if he went up there without that elbow pad. Just in, he wears it all the time, but I think I would have thought more of him if he went up there that particular at bat without it.
Frank Catalanato will pinch hit. Left-hander.
There's a blast from the past.
Catalanato takes a strike.
Former Ranger, veteran. Haven't heard that name in a while.
And this one off the leg of Chavez. Sanchez throws him out. That one was ticketed for center field if it hadn't hit Chavez. A 1-4-3 putout and a big assist by Chavez.
A lot of balls going off of pitchers. Batted balls, pitched balls. The starter Mike Burns got hit in the shoulder. Karsten's hitting the left thumb. Chavez purposely getting hit in the back of the left leg, getting an assist.
Nice kick.
Beautiful.
Felipe Lopez, he's reached base 4 times tonight, 3 times via the hit, and he's done it again. 4 for 4 with a walk. Just can't get him out.
We'll get him tomorrow. They're all meaningless tonight, Felipe.
Well, they could let Lopez take second and third, even home, and it wouldn't matter. Craig Counsell, third baseman. Single and a run scored back in the first. That's been it. And the Hardy Souls, who have stuck out the long rain delay and rainy conditions here tonight, on their feet as Chavez delivers. And there is strike one to Craig Counsell. No balls and a strike. And there goes Lopez, and here's a ground ball to first. That's going to be fair, and down into right field. Delwyn Young has the carom get past him. Lopez will come in to score. It is 8-3. Craig Counsell an RBI double.
Not hit all that hard. Just well placed. Right down the line.
Delwyn Young finally gets the ball in, but Counsell wasn't moving past second base. 2 outs, top of the ninth. 5-run lead for the Pirates, 8-3. And Ryan Braun at the plate.
That'd be funny.
I know what you're thinking, but I don't think we're going to see it.
That would be funny.
I know what you're thinking.
You started it.
He did, not me.
That's what I'm
He
saying.
started it in April.
That just would be funny.
2 home runs tonight for the Bucks. Delwyn Young, a 3-run shot in the first, and Garrett Jones, a solo home run in the 6th. And this one to right field and deep. And this ball is gone. The first home run since the 25th of June for Ryan Braun. 2 more runs come across. It is now 8-5. Pirates need to get an out now.
Yeah. Well, meaningless. Well, at least hopefully they're all meaningless. Just need the one more out. And Chavez just coming in firing fastballs, fastball after fastball, and the hitters are just up there charging the fastball and getting fastballs up in the zone. I think Jesse might have to start throwing something with a wrinkle in it.
And Matt Capps, who didn't expect to get up, now is.
There's a wrinkle. Little change up.
Well, the fielder gets aboard. More than likely that'll be it for Chavez, but Jesse trying to end the ball game here against Prince. He was 0 for 2 tonight. Driven in a run. 1-1 pitch. 2-1. Ryan Braun going deep.
Hopefully,
first time in almost a month.
Hopefully, we haven't gotten him hot. It's his second hit today.
Strike 2, and the Bucks are a strike away from beating the Brewers. Prince Fielder's shift is on here, and the infield ready for a ground ball. Here is the 2-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And the streak is over for Milwaukee as the Pirates win it here tonight, 8-5. And Prince Fielder and the Brewers drop game 1. Pirates win over the Brewers for the first time since the 22nd of May, 2008.
Yeah, got the gorilla off their back. You know, it all starts with starting pitching. As you see, that little slider almost hit Fielder in the back leg. Chavez wrapping things up. But Ohlendorf are a little bit of a rocky